Hello, this is a message for someone who is right now contemplating options. And if this message is for you, you have more than one, possibly more than two options right now. And this could be in any area of life. It doesn't really, I'm not getting anything specific. So it could be any area of life. But basically, what I'm getting here is that you're feeling a lot of pressure related to making the choices that these options imply. So if this message is for you, you must be at some kind of crossroads, some kind of junction, some kind of moment in time where, you have to choose one of a number of things, of options. And, having options usually gives us an illusion of freedom. It makes us feel like, yeah, we can do more things because we have more options. And even though that is technically true, as a European living in the United States, I can also attest that having a lot of options sometimes creates a feeling of choice overwhelm. And if this message is for you, that's a little bit what you're going through. Okay. See, in Spain, I don't know why I feel compelled to talk about this, but in Spain, even in like the fanciest grocery store, you go, say, to find tomato sauce, and you'll find, a few types of tomato sauce, like the really fancy one, the medium, normal one, the cheap one, the generic one, something like that. But in the United States, there's an entire aisle of freaking tomato sauce. They're all very similar to each other, but there's also incredible variety. So what I mean by similar is they're probably very similar in price range. There's, some cheaper ones, some medium ones, some more expensive ones, but within each category, there's probably 30 freaking types. Within each category, there's also the regular, the Italian, the this, the that, there's just so many options that for me personally, it becomes a headache where then, I have to just choose one, then you end up buying Paul Newman's just because you know who Paul Newman is, So that's what's going on with you. If this message is for you, you're having a case of choice overwhelm. And so even though you want to tell yourself that this is a good feeling, the reality of it is that it's not. Okay? And the reality of it is that it's causing you stress to try and figure out which option is best. I'm getting, hopefully this is not a love scenario. Fucking hate love readings, but I'm getting that vision of that freaking show that has created a whole entire genre of shows in the United States. What is it called? The single one, the singleton, the Bachelor, yeah, and Bachelorette, right? Where you have you have like 20 people trying to tell you why to pick them, no? And yeah, I've never watched this show. I have when other people were watching it and I was at their house. And so I've caught like 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there over the decades, mostly because my in-laws watch it sometimes. Or I'm not sure how much they watch it, but enough that I've caught it at their house. And oh my goodness, it's always so shocking to me because it just feels like it would be so overwhelming to be that person. And like, how could love even be evaluated if it's happening? Because your senses are probably too overwhelmed by options to even be able to tell what's actually real, So I think that's what's going on with you. Again, hopefully this is not about love, but it's about something else. But if this message is for you, you have a lot of options. Maybe you have like 3 job offers. Maybe you have 3 homes you like that you could, you know, try to get. Maybe you have 3 cars you could get. You're not sure which one. You know, you feel one of those privilege guilt, right? Like, I have options. I should, you know, not feel bad about that. I should just be grateful, you know, this is great. But the reality is it's stressing you out. So what you have to do here is just sort of follow your most primal inner instinct, okay? And the solution is actually simpler than it seems once you step out of that analysis paralysis and you stop looking at all the specs of these. Let's talk about the tomato sauce. Like, if you get stuck on comparing the ingredients and the price points and the labels, like if you get stuck in comparison, you're never gonna get out of the aisle. Like, you might just not make spaghetti at all, actually. So what you need to do is go for whatever's calling you, because there's a reason that's calling you. So for me, it might be Paul Newman, and for you, it might be whatever, but it's something, that inner cue, even though it may seem frivolous, right? Like the Paul Newman thing, it's a larger intuition thing where you need to follow where your intuition is taking you and just trust that that will be the better guide rather than your mind, which is at the moment overwhelmed with specs and options and comparison charts in your mind that are driving you insane. Okay, so I hope that was helpful.